Here's more wrestling news for December 2nd, 2025. Your headlines for this afternoon include WWE's backstage reaction to Paul Heyman pushing away young fan revealed, World Champion furious after Botch backstage breakdown revealed, huge name negotiating massive 2026 boxing fight, new details surface on whether street drugs played role in Hulk Hogan's death, Jey Uso issues heated warning post-show, what happened backstage, and more. The viral moment involving Paul Heyman and a young fan after WWE Survivor Series War Games has taken a new turn, and it appears WWE isn't placing any blame on the wise man himself. According to a new report from Fightful Select, WWE sources confirm that Paul Heyman is not facing any real heat following the incident at Petco Park, where he pushed a child out of his path once the show went off the air. Instead, the responsibility is being directed elsewhere. There was no real heat on Paul Heyman pushing a child out of his way at Survivor Series. There was more heat on security for allowing anyone to get to him. The online reaction hit quickly and split fans right down the middle. Some saw Heyman's response as excessive, while others defended his right to maintain personal space during a chaotic post-show exit. Backstage, however, the conversation isn't about Heyman's reaction at all. The focus is on why security allowed a fan, especially a child, to reach him in the first place, raising questions about how the situation was handled long before Heyman stepped forward. Stephanie Vaquer stepped into Survivor Series this past weekend to defend her Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella, and while she successfully retained the title, the match is being talked about for all the wrong reasons. The bout featured a few awkward moments, but the most notable came during the Devil's Kiss. Nikki Bella didn't get to her knees for the move, resulting in a clear botch that immediately stood out to viewers. A closer look at the footage shows Vaquer visibly frustrated after the mistake, her expression tightening the moment she stood up. That reaction quickly became a talking point online. Within moments of the match ending, fans on Twitter noted the tension, and even dirt sheets reported that Stephanie was indeed upset backstage, something her on-camera expression seemed to confirm. The timing of the miscue is also unfortunate for Nikki Bella. In recent weeks, fans have been pushing for a reunion between Nikki and her sister Brie. Bella twins have expressed their desire to win the Women's Tag Team Championships together, and earlier in the year, that appeared to be a direction WWE was considering for Evolution, at least before Liv Morgan's injury shifted plans. With Survivor Series now behind them and the reaction to the match gaining traction, the question now is where WWE goes next. Does this moment push Nikki toward a long-awaited Bella Twins reunion, or should she focus on a singles run instead? Sound off in the comments below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. A major super fight could be headed for Las Vegas, and insiders believe it may feature two of the most influential women in combat sports history. According to a new report from Boxing Scene's Lance Pugmire, Ronda Rousey and Katie Taylor are now in active negotiations for a blockbuster showdown targeted for 2026. Pugmire described the talks as centering around a matchup between the most compelling women's combat fighters of this century, instantly elevating expectations about what could become one of the biggest female combat sports events ever staged. The rumor mill has been heating up for months. Rousey has been spotted returning to MMA-style training, which reignited long-standing speculation about a comeback. The buzz only intensified after Chris Cyborg recently called her out publicly. Now, with negotiations reportedly underway, the possibility of Rousey stepping back into high-level competition looks more real than ever. Rousey hasn't competed professionally since suffering a loss to Amanda Nunes in December 2016. In the years since, she transitioned to WWE and kept relatively quiet about future fight plans. This report marks the first concrete indication that a return may finally be in motion. Katie Taylor, meanwhile, enters talks riding major momentum. She scored a massive win over Amanda Serrano in July, a fight that generated 6 million streams on Netflix and further solidified her legacy across multiple weight classes. Speaking this week from the WBC convention in Thailand, the 39-year-old two-time undisputed champion kept her next move vague, but made it clear she's ready for a major challenge. I'm not too sure, waiting to see what happens. I'm ready to fight whenever, really, and take on whatever challenge comes next. Right now, I'm waiting to see what that is. Any of the big names, any of the big fights, I'm ready to take on them all. Behind the scenes, Netflix is said to be very interested in carrying the event after the record-breaking numbers from Taylor vs. Serrano. Early discussions reportedly framed Taylor vs. Rousey as a full standalone main event, not a co-feature, and Las Vegas is already being discussed as the ideal host city. An unnamed source close to negotiations told Boxing Scene that the matchup is being pursued as its own main event, signaling just how seriously the parties are treating this potential super fight. If finalized, Taylor vs. Rousey could become one of the most watched women's fights of all time, and a historic moment for both boxing and combat sports. Ric Flair's explosive claim that street drugs played a role in Hulk Hogan's death has dominated headlines, but now Hogan's widow, Sky Daly, has responded. TMZ Sports delivered the latest update, confirming that Sky Daly has flatly denied Flair's allegation. Responding directly to Flair's claim that Hogan supposedly turned to street drugs after doctors stopped prescribing pain medication, Sky made her position clear. That didn't happen at all. Flair originally caused the uproar when he stated that street drugs killed Hulk Hogan, a comment he has since tried to clarify. In a follow-up statement, Flair said, "There seems to be some controversy over my remarks that street drugs killed Hulk Hogan. I was only repeating what I know to be a fact through family members." But according to Sky, and to additional family sources, Flair's version of events is completely inaccurate. Sky also disputed Flair's assertion that he spoke to Hogan the day before he passed, pointing out that Hogan was in constant medical care at Morton Plant Hospital in Florida. His medication was being closely monitored, especially following a recent neck surgery. Sky, who also denied Flair spoke to Hulk the day before his death, said the icon was under constant care of the Morton Plant Hospital in Florida, so Nate had to either have been misinformed or misunderstood. Two other family members echoed Sky's account to TMZ Sports, insisting that Flair was wrong on all fronts. They emphasized that there was no street drug involvement and that Hogan was receiving structured, professional care up until the very end. Despite the inaccuracies, his family made it clear that they're not angry with Flair. They understood he was one of Hogan's closest friends and believe he meant no harm. They simply want the truth to be known. The family isn't upset with Flair. They know he cared deeply about Hogan, but they want fans to understand that his claim does not reflect the reality of Hogan's final days. What do you make of Sky Daly's response? Do you think Ric Flair was simply misinformed, or was he trying to defend Hogan in his own way? Share your thoughts and your favorite Hulk Hogan memories in the comments below. Jey Uso has drawn a clear line, and he's asking fans to stop crossing it. Hours after competing in the chaotic men's War Games match at Survivor Series, the WWE superstar took to his Instagram story to address a growing issue he's been dealing with in public. Jey didn't hold back as he called out fans who overstep boundaries by touching or poking him when approaching him outside the arena. "If you see me in public, shit, please don't walk up and poke me or touch me. How many strangers poke y'all in a day? About 38 for me." Jey's not alone in speaking out about this. Earlier this year, CM Punk shared a similar warning on social media, urging fans to respect personal space. "Stop touching strangers, please." The shared sentiment is becoming impossible to ignore. As WWE continues staging major events in massive venues, more wrestlers are voicing concern about how some fans behave when they run into them in real life. The message is simple: WWE superstars may play larger-than-life characters, but outside the ring, they're still entitled to personal boundaries. Where do you stand? Are fans getting too comfortable, or are these just isolated moments? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know how you think WWE and its stars should handle situations like this. Carl Anderson is pushing back hard against a rumor that's been circulating about Andrade's appearance at a recent Crash Lucha Libre event, and he's making it clear the story being told online is flat out wrong. On the latest episode of the Talk and Shop podcast, Anderson addressed reports claiming Andrade left the Tijuana show upset or after some kind of backstage issue. Anderson shut that down immediately, stressing that he was with Andrade the entire time. There were reports that Andrade, the Crash Lucha Libre champion, was there and left in a heap and was angry and got in trouble and left. I'm here to say that I was with Andrade side by side with him doing the signing with the fans, lots of incredible fans in Tijuana. I'm telling you, it was so unbelievable to see all the fans. Andrade was right beside me and the Big LG, a friend of mine, someone I've known for a long time. With that said, there were reports that he left and he was angry. Not true. Signing was finished, he went backstage, we went backstage, he watched us win the Tijuana Crash Lucha Libre Tag Team Championships. Anderson went on to explain that Andrade didn't just stay, he watched the full show, including Anderson and Luke Gallows winning the Crash Tag titles, and even shared a celebratory hug with them afterward. There were no arguments, no walkouts, and no backstage drama. He watched the whole show. We left before Andrade left. As soon as our match was finished, which was the semi-main event, my friend Tejano was in the main event. With that said, Andrade did not leave in a heap. He didn't leave angry. He didn't leave in trouble. He didn't leave mad. Nothing. He was there the whole show. He was backstage, laughing with people, talking with people, and even hugged us after we won the Crash Lucha Libre Tag Team Championships. This clarification comes after Dave Meltzer claimed on Wrestling Observer Radio that Andrade was scheduled for a meet and greet but left early due to being unhappy with something at the event. Anderson's account directly contradicts that version of events, painting a very different picture of the night in Tijuana. With conflicting reports now out in the open, fans are left wondering where the truth sits, but Anderson's message is clear. Whatever happened at the Crash, Andrade wasn't the angry, storming out figure some tried to portray. Would you like to see Andrade address this rumor directly, or should the situation be put to rest now that Anderson has clarified it? For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.